Welcome back to another Grab and Go. My name's Noemi from the Palmview Branch Library, and this week's craft kit is Mama's Cutting Board. So let's go over what's included in the kit. This week we have, of course, our instructions. We have a cutting board like this. We have a little plastic Ziploc bag, and let's see what's inside. Inside it'll be a little piece of plaid black and white ribbon. There'll be 2 pieces of twine, just like this. And there is a laser cut family word. There is a piece of chalk. There is a little coffee cup sticker and a pipe cleaner. And also what's included is, of course, a little container of chalkboard black paint and a sponge brush. Okay, so let's go over what's not included in the kit. Of course, as always, you'll need your hot glue gun and glue sticks, and also a ruler and a pencil. So let's get right to it. Starting with the cutting board, you're going to use your ruler and pencil to measure out from the top, where the handle is, from the top, you're going to measure out 2 inches. From the top, you make a little mark. Go over to the other side, you make another little mark, and then you're going to make a line using your ruler connecting the 2 dots, like that. And so as you can see, I've already made that top line. From the bottom, you're going to measure 2.5 inches, as you can see here. So 2.5 inches, you do the same thing on the other side. You make a line so that you have 2 lines, one at the top, one at the bottom. So this is going to be your guide, because between these 2 lines is where you're going to use your paint, your chalkboard paint. You're going to go ahead and start painting, and you can use either 1 or 2 coats. We found that doing 2 coats was enough, and so you're going to have to paint right here. I would suggest, like what happened right now, you cover your table so that it protects wherever it is, whatever surface you're going to be painting on. But basically you go through and you start painting. And another little tip is, if you want to speed up the process for drying the paint, I would put it next to a fan, and also wait about 24 hours for drying purposes so that it will dry completely between each coat. And make sure that those coats are nice and thick. As you can see here, I'm making a very good effort of making it a nice thick coat. Don't be skimpy with this. Make sure that it's nice and thick. Of course, the thicker the paint, the thicker the coat, the longer it's going to take to dry. Alright, so we've already painted this. As you can see, it's still wet, so we're going to go ahead and set it aside to dry. But one note, you'll notice that this is not perfectly lined, and neither is this. It's just a rough guide. Don't worry about it if it's a little squiggly. It's going to be covered up anyway, so don't worry too much about that. Just make sure that it's nice and covered. Leave it to dry, and we're going to go on to the next step. So while the cutting board is drying, let's work on doing the little bow. And if you'll notice, you have a piece of plaid ribbon that's only about 8-10 inches long. And the easiest way to make a little bow is you're going to lay it flat like this, and then on one end you're going to take your glue gun and you're going to put some glue right along the edge right here. So let's do that. You're going to put some glue right there along the edge, and then you take your other end and you're going to fold it over to where you make a little circle. So basically both ends are going to be glued together, just like this. And for the uninitiated, when using glue guns, be careful not to burn yourself. It's bound to happen. For all you crafters out there, you know what this is like. So
I think we've burned ourselves so many times.
Exactly, that's exactly right. For all you crafters out there, you know, you have the scars to prove it. That hot glue guns are a godsend, but they can also be very much a torture device too. So once you have a little circle just like this where the two ends have been glued together, so you end up with a circle, basically now all you got to do is just center this and then squeeze it together, and that's when you use your pipe cleaner to put it together. Of course, you go around and you do the twist, twist, twist like this, and then you just fluff and fix, and there you go. You have your little bow, just like that. See? Okay, so we're ready. Now this has been dried. To speed up the process, we put a fan on it so that it's completely dry now, and we're getting ready to do the twine. Now remember, you've got two pieces, so I would start, leave a little bit like this on the side and start right here on the edge, and hot glue this along the edge like this. And then of course you start gluing a little at a time. Start putting it on there and then work your way around. Okay, so for the sake of time and expediency for this video, I've already glued the top and bottom. And as you can see here, I left the ends loose. What you can do at this point is just finish it up by gluing it to the back like this and like this. We provided enough rope, enough twine for you to be able to go around twice in the front. So as I've pointed out, start by leaving a little bit of it in the ends, and then just finish it up by gluing the back, the leftovers towards the back. So we finished up with the twine, and so now we're getting ready to put in the family. My favorite thing to do is just basically to center it, and if you have trouble centering like I do, I ask somebody else to help me eyeball the center, and then just add some hot glue, of course, to the back as much as possible all over. Careful, don't hurt yourself, don't burn yourself, and then just go ahead and place it. So it's centered right there, and now the last piece is of course the bow, and as you notice, the ends of the pipe cleaner here is too long, so all you have to do is just snip those off and add plenty of hot glue to the back and pop that right here. And the last piece is of course your little coffee cup right here. So you peel that off. Now I would suggest that you still add, even though this is sticky, it's self-adhesive, I would still add a little bit of hot glue just to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. And then just pop it right there in the middle. And ta-da! You're done! Okay, so now here we have our finished product. It is a perfect gift for Mom. She can put it in her kitchen. We included a piece of chalk so you can write her a little message, a little note. Buy coffee. Or something along those lines.
But first,
coffee for Mom that can't get going unless she has her cup. And there you go. Don't forget that you can pick up this craft kit at the Palmy Branch Library next Wednesday, May 5th, and there are limited supplies available.